back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and does anyone think Indiana Jones is going to make any money, the new Indiana Jones? I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I think it will, and here's why. I've been staunchly against this new Indiana Jones movie for a long time, and especially since they announced that Phoebe Waller-Bridge was going to be in it. But something interesting happened to me literally last night, so I'm so happy the article we're going to cover popped up. I went to the movies last night. I went to a re-release of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the classic Universal movies, black and white, 1930s. But even though it was a re-release, all the trailers were, of course, for modern upcoming movies. I mean, you gotta draw in them customers. By the way, seeing a movie like that in theaters, oh my goodness, it was spectacular. Loved every moment of it. But one of the trailers was for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And while the trailer on YouTube looks like crap, it's atrocious. No one wants to see an 80-year-old Indiana Jones running around with a feminist in the 50s. That's just not why, or the 60s, whatever. That's not why we're buying tickets. But in the theaters, that same trailer, that same awful trailer from YouTube, was actually kind of fun to watch. I don't know if it was the surround sound, the big screen, what it was. It almost tricked me into paying for the movie when it comes out. Don't worry, I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to my laurels. I'm just saying, I think that if other people had the same sort of reaction as I did, hearing that classic music, but in a big booming theater setting, just in the trailers, people not as smart as, your boy Leon will get tricked into seeing the film. With that being said, maybe there will be reason to see it, at least according to this article from Bounding Into Comics. Latest Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny rumor claims Phoebe Waller-Bridge's role being significantly reduced. Now, she wasn't in the trailer all that much. She had maybe one or two scenes that look like they could be action scenes, but other than that, she's not in the trailer a lot. Let's see what this has to say. A new rumor concerning Lucasfilm's upcoming Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny film claims actress Phoebe Waller-Bridge's role in the film is being significantly reduced. This latest rumor comes from YouTuber Overlord DVD, for those of you who don't know Doomcock, and while I've clowned on him before, I have to admit, he is right a fair amount of the time. There's a reason that She-Hulk decided to use, an altered version of him as the bad guy for their season. So, let's continue. It seems everything is shifting on Indy 5, and you're going to laugh your ass off when you hear this, folks, because it not only looks like Phoebe Waller-Bridge has lost her new hat, it looks like Phoebe Waller-Bridge is being cut out of the movie as much as possible. We're not really gonna, react to his stuff. That's, if you want to watch it, by all means, go for it. I would recommend it. He's, like I said, he's right, definitely enough to make me believe he's got some legitimate sources, so. The YouTuber continued, from what I've heard, and again, I'm stressing that this is just a rumor, there's a highly fluid situation, as you might imagine. Disney's come to realize that Phoebe Waller-Bridge is problematic in the part. Lines that were meant to be funny and endearing in a sassy Princess Leia kind of way are delivered with Fleabag's patented snarkiness. She's abrasive, she's insulting to Indy, and she just weighs down the movie. Now, anyone who's anyone saw this coming. We all knew that putting Phoebe Waller-Bridge, a hardcore feminist in the modern Kathleen Kennedy Disney era, inserting her into an Indiana Jones film, which are inherently masculine movies, was going to be, we knew what was going to happen. She was going to probably talk down to Indy, be better than him, be the replacement for him, and just all these negative things that don't come with what we want to see in Indiana Jones. So I'm not honestly struggling to believe that there is at least some modicum of truth to this. Whether or not that she's actually being cut from the movie or having her role reduced, I don't know, but I can genuinely believe that she's insulting the movie, insulting the Indy, weighing it down, and all in all, that it's not charming, it's snarky, and probably spiteful and hateful. He later states, but the bottom line is, folks, in addition to a new ending, they are radically re-editing the film, sources say, to reintroduce a new element into the story. Phoebe Waller-Bridge gets kidnapped and vanishes for a large part of the film, and she has to be saved by Indy. That's good. And this is not one of those, but women in movies, they need to be, damsels in distress, they can't be strong. No one is saying that. But Indiana Jones movies have a particular structure. And it's a very classic structure. It's a very pulp structure. And I don't really care what your sentiments are about what you think of the patriarchy or masculinity or modern films and storytelling and whatnot. When you have a structure that fans love, that's why they're going to buy the tickets, that's what's going to line the pockets of the House of Mauschwitz, they should probably stick to that structure because that's what works. So I think this is a good thing. That's why we love Indiana Jones, that classic pulp adventure feeling with a classic masculine hero. There are other films with all your female empowerment. But there's even other Marvel films, action films, Star Wars films, Disney films, whatever, with all your female empowerment. You don't also need to take Indy. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's fine. Overlord DVD then details. I don't know if they previously had her get kidnapped and if they're just moving that part to earlier in the film or they're trying to do a quick reshoot to cover this. I don't have any more information on that, though I hope to have more to confirm or deny this rumor in the coming weeks. But I've been told, aside from this, that they're cutting as much of Phoebe's stuff as they can to minimize her impact on the film and lighten the movie up, he reiterated. And you know what? Again, that's if you like Phoebe Waller-Bridge, great. I'm happy for you. But I've even heard that for the niche audience that it targeted, Fleabag was a good movie. But I'm sorry, she's not the right type of individual. At least her typical style of humor is not right for Indiana Jones, just like it wasn't right for Star Wars. As he concluded the video, Overlord DVD asserted, "This is not going to save the movie, folks, but it is interesting that it appears at this point, I cautiously say that Kathleen Kennedy is not going to get her way." Well, I mean, if the rumors are true about her, retiring, effectively being forced out into retirement at the end of this Indiana Jones, when it's released in theaters, I've done a video on that. It was one of my very first videos, actually. Watch it if you want to catch up. Then, yeah. I bet she's not getting her way. I bet they are going to use this film as a way to send her out the door in a positive light, like, oh, Indiana Jones was such a success, and it was Kennedy's last project. Good job, you'll be missed. That sort of thing, when really they've been trying to push her out for a long time due to how poorly that, Lucasfilm has been received by the majority of Disney fans over the years. It's just not making money, and that's what matters. The people like me, the people that will actually spend money on Star Wars stuff, aren't spending money on it. Who cares what people on Twitter have to say if they're throwing a fit about, feminism and the patriarchy and stuff in Star Wars that's, problematic? If they're not spending money on the new Disney stuff, well, appeasing them doesn't really matter now, does it? He added, Indy is not going to be replaced at the end of the movie by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, although his death is still in question. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if he died. I'll be honest, I would not mind if Indiana Jones died. Like, it's the 5th movie. To me, the Indy films are already dead, so why not actually kill off the character? These alleged changes to Phoebe Waller-Bridge's role in the film reportedly come after Disney CEO Bob Iger screened it. Overlord DVD explained at the beginning of his video that one of his Hollywood spies informed him, as you know, Bob Iger has returned to the scene of the crime to head up Disney. Well, he's been putting out fires. Allegedly over the holidays, he finally got to sit down and watch Indy 5, according to someone in the know. Bob allegedly watched the entire thing and never said a word. He continued, after the movie was done, he allegedly called Kathleen Kennedy and asked her if she was really responsible for what he witnessed. This seems a little too good to be true, I'll be honest. Allegedly, after a few moments, Iger said to Kennedy, well, I'll give you 2 choices. Either you fix this or you can foot the bill because I won't allow this to be shown. Oh, man, I want that to be true. I mean, I've spent so much time dunking on Bob Iger. I would love to be wrong and him come back and actually do some good, but that just seems like some sort of magical wish, and I'm sorry, I don't have all 7 Dragon Balls. This rumor comes in the wake of composer John Williams claiming Lucasfilm planned to reshoot a new ending in December. He told an audience at a concert in Italy, here are 3 pieces from Indiana Jones 5. I felt we would be finished with Indiana Jones after 4. You know, Harrison Ford, you all know who Harrison Ford is, and Harrison is 78 years old, he's much younger than I am. Well, I thought if he can do 5 of them, I can try and do the final 5 also. He then states, so we just have about completed the film. We maybe have another ending to shoot and record, maybe in a couple weeks. And yeah, we all know about that from John Williams. It really confirmed a lot of rumors that James Mangold had been trying to shut down, saying weren't true, James Mangold being the director. But look, at the end of the day, people in the know are going to post on Twitter, and I'm not going to believe Hollywood shills who try and cover it up. The film's director, James Mangold, claims Williams was mistaken when he questioned about his comments on the Twitter in December. Mangold tweeted, John was mistaken. Maybe he read Twitter too much. Yeah, that's the thing. James Mangold has been blaming Twitter for a lot of stuff lately, when in all reality, the more you blame Twitter instead of just acknowledging the controversy, the more you play the blame game, you look like a liar, you look like a shill, and you look like you don't care about the fans. And James Mangold has made some great movies, so it sucks to see him like this. He then asserted, we're not shooting new endings, never did. The film is 99% finished and being rated by the MPAA. This imagined zany ending with Indy being erased and replaced is a fever dream that wounded folks angry about other films I did not make. However, Mangold would also respond to another user claiming Williams is fully informed. He wrote, I agree that he's one of the greatest composers in the history of film, and also one of the most lovely people on earth, and he's fully informed. Early rumors regarding Phoebe Waller-Bridge's role in the film claimed she would replace Indiana Jones by the end of the movie. Overlord DVD reported back in June 2021, 2 endings are supposedly being considered in the script. I guess they've been written and they're going to shoot both of them. Both endings allegedly have old Indiana Jones dying at the end of the movie. But in one of the rumored endings, young Indiana Jones dies alongside old Indiana Jones, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge swoops in like a vulture, picks the hat up, and takes that place moving forward. This rumor would seemingly be corroborated by the Daily Mail, who also reported the film had multiple endings and that Indiana Jones would hand over the bullwhip to Waller-Bridge's character. The Daily Mail reported a handful of different endings have been shot and are being shown to test audiences. In one, Indy dies, but not before handing over his bullwhip to Phoebe's character. And you know what? That's another thing Mangold said, is there had been no test screenings, but there were plenty of media outlets saying there were. So again, I just don't like a director possibly lying to save face. Just be honest, dude. You're going to win more points with your fans if you're just honest. Overlord DVD further responded this past November. We've been told out of the 6 endings they tested, the best one gets a 35% approval from test audiences. That seems a little extreme. I'm having trouble believing that one. We've been told that Bridge put the hat on and everything ending, he added. All my spies actually said was Phoebe Waller-Bridge puts on Indy's hat, takes Indy's whip, and in a brave and stunning display of girl power, she becomes the bestest Indy ever at the end of all 6 versions of the movie, he clarified. Nah, that's got to be a little much. There's no way 6 different endings, that's going to be part of the ending every time. People wouldn't use that wording. I'm not believing that. Sorry, Overlord. I know you've gotten some stuff right, but that's a bit extreme. What do you make of this latest rumor claiming that Phoebe Waller-Bridge's role in the film is being reduced after Bob Iger saw a screening of the film? Well, I want to believe it. I really do, but I don't necessarily think it's true. At least I don't think this is entirely true. I hope it is. There's aspects of this that do sound, promising. But as a whole, look, Indy is the perfect trilogy. Indiana Jones is the perfect trilogy. You can maybe make an argument for the original trilogy or for Lord of the Rings. And you know what? That's it. I don't care about this. I don't like the state of modern Hollywood. I don't like the state of modern Disney. I don't like Kathleen Kennedy. I don't like Bob Iger. I will not eat them on a boat. I will not eat them with a goat. I will not eat them from a can. I will not eat them Sam-I-Am. This movie is my own personal green eggs and ham. Which I guess doesn't really work, because at the end of the book he tries them and likes them. But awful metaphor notwithstanding, let me know what you guys think about this possible leak about Indiana Jones 5. Let me know if you're going to go see it. I've got plenty of videos talking about the news in the nerdosphere. We've got information about Microsoft and their purchase of Blizzard probably falling through, as well as news that NBC has turned their back on Amber Heard in favor of Johnny Depp's lawyer. Fascinating stuff, but you've heard it here in the nerdosphere. Please subscribe, because this has been Words of Paradise.